Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another shield-only invasion. Today we're going to be going over shield swaps and what shield to use in what situation, and we'll go over my thought process for each decision in this invasion. Now we're coming up on the host and his summon here. And you're going to see, I try and be friendly, but in invasions, you got to really expect anything, and it's almost never a fair fight. Now, we'll see here, to start off this invasion, I'm using the Visage Shield and the Fingerprint Shield. The Visage Shield has the highest physical damage of all the shields, and is a great option for general use. And the Fingerprint Shield is to catch them off guard and get a large bleed and madness proc off a shield crash. Right off the get-go, they're spamming me with magic and Reduvia Bloodblade, and I gotta get out of this tight enclosed space quick. Now I get caught here, and I start panic rolling a little bit, but I do manage to escape with very little damage done, so I cover it with the flamethrower from the Visage Shield. Back here, I head to buff up with Barrier of Gold, which has a massive damage reduction for magic, and I get the Crucible Knight with it too. Now, of course, they go right back to turtling up in this room, and I decide to chase, hoping to catch the Phantom with a shield crash. I miss, and I pivot to the host. The Phantom takes the opportunity to cast and hit me from behind, and I manage to escape again. Here's where I make my first major shield swap. I switch over to the Tree Sentinel shield to help me deal with the magic spam, and the One-Eye shield to help get them out of this room. A quick shot to the back of the room hits the host and lets him know he's not safe in there. Now, I make a quick swap to two-handed with the Tree Sentinel shield, so I'm able to parry this incoming Reduvia. And look at that damage. That's why we make the swap. I hit another here and tank through the bleed, but I get way more damage off on him, so that's an even trade. Unfortunately, that last one goes right into the stairs, and now I'm almost out of mana. I send off one Hail Mary, hoping to hit the host and Phantom back there, and now I have to swap shields again. I swap back to the Visage Shield, and on the offhand, I decide to use the Icon Shield for the passive health regen, which comes in a massive handy here in a second. Now I have just enough mana to use the weapon art, Tongues of Fire, to swap over to two hands with the Visage Shield. I start to get hit here, but I keep calm, keep blocking, and unfortunately deflect off the stairs there. Now right there, I would definitely be dead were it not for the swap to the Icon Shield. So don't ever underrate the passive regen from that. I back up here, and in their haste, they aggro the Crucible Knight, making this a 2v2. When I can't chase the host down, I decide to go for the Phantom. At this point, the host comes in and tries to back up the Phantom, but he starts getting pounded on by the Crucible Knight in the back, and I decide to go clean up the kill. Now there's just one. He gets the stagger on the Crucible Knight, but his greed is his downfall. I of course hit him before he can get the iframes, and now the chase begins. One fire pot, and the second off-camera angled to hit him for the final blow. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye-bye.